Okay, let's move on to tobacco. Now there are 3 methods. I only have 2 types of tobacco for pipes. First is in tins. You get yourself a couple tins, and they generally stay fresh. Takes a bit of effort. Let me not open old iron sides. It's pretty strong. I don't want to smell it right now. And they come in like this. You open this up. You take off the piece of paper on top of it, and the tobacco is underneath, like so. You pinch that and you put it in your pipe. It smells delicious. Doesn't smell so well. Doesn't matter. This kind of pipe tobacco is fine. It's generally fairly dry. Even though it's in a tin, it's supposed to last longer that way. I've had this for like 2-3 years. It's as dry as I got it in the first place, which wasn't that dry, so it's okay, but tins, I don't like the tins so much. I have a tobacconist I go to, and this is not the bag that it usually came in. This is actually a mixture of 2 tobaccos they have there. I got this from Rofaxon. He keeps some tobacco over here at the house. And this stuff is pretty moist. Moister tobacco, the more smoke. The smoking of it lasts longer. And it actually stays fresh if you get a Ziploc bag. What you want to do is, of course, press out all the air, otherwise it will dry out. Now, let me pick a pipe. My favorite pipe. And I'll show you how to pack it. Take your bag. Open it up, obviously. Put your tobacco to one side so you can put it in there. Now, is a 3-pack method. First, you scoop up some tobacco, and you lightly tap it into it. Okay. The second one, you scoop up, and you pack it a little harder. Now, the third one is probably going to be like 4 or 5, just because. And the final one, you just get as much tobacco in there on the top as you can. You pack it firmly into place, because those loosened places down there will keep it able to smoke, but you want enough tobacco in there so you can last a while. I think I've probably got enough in there now. I do. Okay. You don't want to pack it all the way up over the top. That would be ridiculous. Okay. Place that here. Again, when you Ziploc it, leave a little space there at the edge. Take it down to the bottom. Flip it over. And you just keep pressing out the air as you roll it up. And it'll last you much longer. Seal the end so no air gets in. Lighting the pipe. There's a lazy method and the right method. I generally use the lazy method. And the laziest method is using a lighter. You don't get the best flavor when you use the lighter. It's just much quicker. If you use a match, you can do it. You gotta sit there with the match and you gotta go around it. In fact, I'll show you how to do that here because I'm doing a video. It's actually a 2-step method. You will need at least 2 matches, because what you do, you light it up, you let the little sulfur end burn off, for the most part, and then you go around in a circle. Alright, so that loosened it up. You take your pipe tool and actually pack that down into place. And that'll keep it from going out later. Right now it's out because you packed it down. But that'll give you a nice coal and it'll last longer. If you just use a lighter, it doesn't last as long. I don't know why. Again, you take your second match. You let that sulfur end burn down until it's almost off of there. And you go around the circle again. And we get a nice flavor. of my pipe. And that's basically it. Like I said, this is a pipe tool. You can also use this end to scrape out the inside when you're done. I don't generally do that unless it gets really built up. And you just got to keep smoking on it, otherwise it will go out. This is not actually the tool that came with to keep it lit, but eventually it's going to be mostly ash, and near the end you're going to have a hard time keeping it lit. What you do is you take like a thin thing and you poke through the ash and it gently falls down to the end and you can still smoke. You don't want to pound it a lot because you'll start inhaling ash into your mouth. And that's a little bit about pipes. I'm not going to show you how to blow smoke rings. It's a little bit more fun to figure it out for yourself. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there if you want to figure that out. But that's episode 1 for you. Hope that gave you some information. And come back next time. We'll see what I'm thinking about. I already have a plan, but I'm not going to tell you. Enjoy. See you later.